Yeah, for real.
Welcome to the very special Pods Unite episode of the Ballinesian Podcast, post Super Bowl 59. Man, what a show halftime was. The rest of the game was pretty booty. Thank you for tuning in. Islanders talking sports. We got Raiders, we got Charger, we got Niners fans here in the building, about to break down Super Bowl 59. I'm joined as always by Coach Forrest. Coach, how you doing today?
Yeah, man, I feel like I was looking for something that I could be like, yeah, Zordon, but I don't have anything next to me right now. But
because we're all united.
yeah.
From the Polytickin podcast, we have OhHelloMarcus.
Oh my
What's going
God.
on, big dog?
We could just do it anyway, Forrest. It doesn't matter. You could just do it. Just start it.
The
Fine.
We'll
Zordons.
morph together.
I feel like we need to welcome in Luti. What's going on, brother?
So everyone, I think I'm too young for what do you guys say?
I was gonna say, I was like,
Oh
young
no, we're old as shit.
You just
Damn
said, what the
it.
fuck is
I
that?
just, yeah, I'm just a young.
how many
Young Niner
How many Power Rangers episodes have you watched in your life, Luti?
Just a young Niner fan in the building.
Well, that's where you went
Damn
wrong,
it.
Niner fan.
Yeah, we are
man.
collected here.
90s baby, not 90s kid, guys. You know.
Oh,
We're
damn.
2000s kids. We're 2000s kids, right?
Said
Oh,
we're
no, I'm
2000s
a
kids.
90s kid.
Yeah, I'm a
yeah, we're old
90s
as
baby.
hell.
Yeah.
I know. I'm 90s baby.
Here on the Ballinesian Podcast, we welcome you guys, Islanders Talking Sports. We are on the Polytickin Network. Don't forget to support the Patreon, follow us on socials. Definitely tap into what we got going on here on the network. Also, shout out to Libasa Island Apparel, www.libasaislandapparel.com. Shout out to Brother Uri down there in Modesto doing great things. Check them out on Instagram also, le_Vasa, and keep up on the stories, the daily post, everything that's going on there.
Man,
Yeah,
you know,
right,
every
let me get a
month,
shirt.
oh, hell yeah,
Shirts.
every month, I'm like real close to calling my bank because like I'll see it and it's like $5 deducted from. I'm like, what the fuck? Then oh shit, that's the picture of my bad.
We
Oh, I'm
appreciate
sorry.
your support.
Yeah, we appreciate your support for us. Okay, we're sorry.
You don't
No,
act like
it's an
that when
exorbitant
Apple
amount.
takes $10 from you. You're just like, what was
It's
the
like-
charge?
I didn't
Bro.
order anything. I didn't order anything from
Yeah.
Why do I get this
OnlyFans. What the
$5
hell?
every month? What the hell is this?
The
Yeah,
Polytickin Patreon. Best way to support is through that $5. Every month. You get an extra episode every week on the Patreon. There's also a special community chat. The first people to know what's going on. Also, different stuff like wellness challenges and future tiers that are coming up. More content.
You know what, Lance? How dare you bring up the wellness challenge on the show right now?
I know I was about to say.
What?
Knowing your history with this wellness challenge so far,
Oh, I
how
fell
dare
off so
you, bro?
hard.
Who are you telling? Bro, don't get me started, all right? No. Come on.
Marcus had hella points. All right.
And we'll just leave it at that. He had hella points.
What makes you feel any better? You guys look a lot smarter than the last time I saw you. How about
Bro,
that?
we are slimming down. You see this? You see
I can
this?
see it. I can
That's
see
what
it.
the subscription gets you guys, right?
Yeah, freaking first look at the
Yeah.
video. Huh? No, I look hella strong right here, actually. Y'all need to be watching this on YouTube. We got,
I need to grow my beard out so I can hide this shit.
Why do you think this is so long?
Exactly.
Like, bro. I know my shit looking paper
Part
thin
of it.
right now.
It's not for style. It's for making my face look less fat.
Right, it's not aesthetics. It's a disguise.
You guys, the Super Bowl just finished. The NFL season, unfortunately, for us is over now. We have to waddle through the rest of the offseason. But the biggest game of the year and the biggest smack down on some Chiefs asses happened on Sunday. So much so that it made the game kind of boring. It was like from the beginning, just an Eagles dominant game. They were up 34-0 at one point. The Chiefs sold out to stop Saquon Barkley. But yeah, it feels like most of the talk coming from this game, other than the football kind of depth and background details that we'll get into, what happens to each of these teams moving forward. We'll talk about that a little later. But I got to talk to you guys about Kendrick Lamar's halftime show, the performance that went down at this Super Bowl, and kind of the feedback that you guys are hearing from this, and exactly what you guys thought. Forrest, did you get a chance to watch the halftime show?
I did, and I'm with the rest of white America. I thought it was boring.
Oh my god!
It didn't have anything to do with like what I value in life. It just like they could have got like some I don't know, maybe like Kid Rock up there. That would have been cool. Kid Rock would have been perfect. But that's all I've been hearing. Man, it's so funny. And oh my god, it was a great show. Not even talking about just all the symbolism in the show, but they did a great job out there. And he brought out SZA. That's like how for me that was like,
Killed it.
okay, yeah. Samuel L was out there. That's pretty cool. But I think Mustard got the best ovation when he came on, just to mouth out Mustard. He didn't even reel it out. I'm pretty sure he just mouthed it, but he got the biggest ovation, I think. So that was pretty cool. Bring him out, and he kind of looked funny after he yelled Mustard because he didn't really have it.
You just yell your own name,
right? Now he's just
how would you do that, right? Me, that's me.
Wait, which I gotta ask you guys, which one do you guys prefer? That being Mustard's new tag somehow, or Mustard on the Beat?
That one.
Mustard on the Beat?
Ooh,
No,
yeah,
the new one.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah.
I'd keep Mustard on the beat.
It's just so historic. What about you, Luti?
It depends.
It could depend on the song.
Yeah, you can't have him having a slower beat and then him just ruining it with mustard.
Hey, man. You can, man, because it's mustard.
You hear that on the LMA song?
The other one's more versatile. This one's like if you're sending a statement, you put that one for a banger, like turn the TV off, turn the TV off.
Depending on the energy.
There's only one on the beat that I know now. That's Nancy on the beat. Okay, I know it's Nancy on the top, but
nice.
Yeah.
Marcus, have you got to see the halftime show live, or did you see it delayed?
Yeah, I saw it live. I saw it live on Tubi. Not a sponsor, but Tubi came in clutch.
That's fire, right?
Nice. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Tubi's the Fox streaming, yeah?
Yeah.
It is. No, CBS.
Tubi?
Oh,
yeah.
I thought Tubi was Fox.
I think Tubi is Fox.
Yes.
But yeah, it makes sense that they would have that on there.
Yeah. So yeah, I watched it live. It was great. Like at first, man, my first take was like, oh, this is kind of boring. But then I was like, actually, no, it's not, because like there's the subtext, right? Subtext made it so great. And then I realized that like there's key things that happen, like Serena pops up, and I'm like, oh man, that was great. Christ. Jesus Christ.
Let him up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, he's dead already. Kendrick, golly. He just kept throwing dirt on his grave like it was nasty. So, no, I think just with the subtext, it made the performance that much more memorable. So, yeah.
Yeah, definitely the Drake diss part was a large part of it for me going in, just seeing like which songs was he going to play. Is he going to play his old stuff? I feel like stayed with his new stuff. Luti, watching that, did you watch live? Were you at home? Were you at work? What was going on Sunday?
I was at home. I got to watch it with my parents and siblings. Really good time. Favorite part was repping the Bay too. He brought a lot of California into the mix, so it was good to watch that. And same thing with Marcus, the subtext. And yeah, it's just cool to see someone unapologetically send his message. So that's pretty. Yeah. You got to give him that. He really flexed on someone. It's pretty entertaining.
Man.
When Uncle Sam L. Jackson came out, oh, bro,
that was hard.
Yeah.
That was so hard.
But the entire time he was like telling Kendrick, "Calm down, right? Don't be too ghetto. You being too loud. You being all this. You got to play the great American game." That was dope. Using that football analogy, and like, what do you think the great American game is? Like when they're talking about that, being a minority in America, or
being a successful minority, maybe learning how to navigate through white America.
Yeah, definitely getting through white spaces or places that are usually curated for white people.
Yeah.
Anything else that you guys took away from it?
because I hate white America.
We don't hate whites.
Not white.
We
I
don't
didn't
hate
say whites. I
whites.
said white America. Taking
We don't
You
hate
gotta
them
be
whites.
clear.
We don't hate them white rappers, but we are against them white America.
no, yeah,
White thugs.
I seen a couple of comments on like Twitter about like, oh, we used to love Serena until she became such a hood rat. I was like, wow.
Whoa.
Wow. See,
It's a cultural
negative-
dance.
That's what I'm saying.
Man.
Once, all she did was dance once on stage during the Super Bowl, and they were like, yeah, she's changed so much. I was like, man, why not?
It's the same Serena that was crib walking at Wimbledon. And then got a bunch of hate for that too, I guess.
Yeah, so funny, man. Just seeing comments like that, it's just like it makes the performance like 10 times better to see people so like. And I mean, we make jokes like white people, but it wasn't just white people. I mean, there's all people of different races making comments like that. And I think the greatest part of the performance for me was how it drew all these people out. So if you have friends and you see some of these comments, now you really know how they think, and if you're not, checking people off and sweeping them out your life, then yeah, you should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, so real.
Lou, anything else from that halftime show that you took, or that is special that people might think about?
Nothing. Yeah, I think it's a memorable moment just for how he's flexing. Big statement. Samuel L. Jackson was pretty big because you don't know if he's playing Django or if he's playing Pulp Fiction, which version you don't know what the message is because he plays a versatile role. So
I never hated a Samuel L. Jackson character more than the character in Django. Oh my god.
Django and Django.
Yeah, so
You know what I mean? What that say about Samuel L. Jackson? Right. And you know what? I learned recently that like before he became an actor, like he was super active like within the Black Panther Party. So he was there. He was out there.
It's like the guy that was on the FBI watch list in the 80s or 90s is now up here pretending to be Uncle Sam.
I didn't even know that. That's so tight. That's even tighter, bro. Yeah. So Samuel L. Jackson was perfect as Uncle Sam for sure.
I mean, he also was Shaft, so.
Shaft, man. I didn't know that this was getting so much backlash. Like, on my feed, it was pretty much like good, positive. Everyone was like, "Oh, you might not have got it, but maybe that just means it's not for you."
Right.
But it's also not just overtly giving you the message. It's like subtext, right? Like you guys have been saying, it's like you got to figure out black and red dance or blue and red dancers coming together to make a flag with like. Oh, also there weren't any white dancers, right? There were no like white people involved on the field. It was all black.
Super black, yeah. It was a very black performance.
Right when they cut the DEI, it was like we can use it.
Like, all right, we're gonna get everybody in.
We bring them all in.
It works both ways, guys. Both ways.
Why don't you get some white people? No.
Hold on. Hold on, bud.
Didn't see any fair skin and light skins. It was just all melanin, baby.
Yeah. They had a protester out there too with the Palestinian.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Sudanese and Palestinian flag.
They had him running all over the place.
I didn't know if that was like somebody random or if that was like actually intended. Like we're gonna get everybody
I
here.
thought that was a part of the performance.
Right. Me too. I mean, maybe it was, but.
Yeah, but they said that guy got like tackled by security and acted like he was like
like he booked it, jumped off the stage, and was like running through people.
Yeah, but that was an actual backup dancer. They said it was like a real dancer. He just was.
That was the only time I saw him on stage. Is the white lady that was chasing him off the stage.
It's the only black person you see throughout the whole thing, right?
Appropriate.
That's part of the message. Part of the message.
I didn't know that this was getting so much hate. I've been seeing posts though. Recently, today I saw a Big Body Cisco posting like, "Guys, calm down. You just don't get it." I was like, "What? Who's he talking to? Who's hating so much on the halftime show?" But like, there are people out there. I feel like it's mostly politicians or like nationalist types, maybe feel disrespecting the country or something. But I'm like, yo, I didn't see any of that or feel that. Have you guys seen certain people hating on this? Are there certain pockets, or is it like people?
The worst I seen was just that people calling it boring. Like I didn't see nothing controversial about it. You know what I'm saying? But like when I seen that post, when you referenced that post, I was like, oh yeah, that did happen today. Like, but I've seen some people talk like it was some kind of like people were mad about it being super political. I didn't know it got that kind of backlash, bro. Like just like you said, I was like, what? We can't just enjoy this? No, we can't have nice things. That's exactly what it is.
A lot of people were just like, that's not the stage for doing something like to send a message. We're here for the entertainment. I was like, no, fool, that's the best stage to do it on. Everybody gets it.
Man.
You know, so.
Like do y'all not know Kendrick Lamar and his music?
They'd rather watch Shakira do her tongue, you know.
You know what I mean?
They want something hot, something makes them feel good, doesn't make them feel like.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind watching her do her tongue thing too, if that's what you. I don't.
By the government.
Yeah.
But some people are like, it was in New Orleans. You guys can like book a prominent jazz artist and have the band from New Orleans there. I was like, get the hell out of here.
Oh, that's right. He didn't really cater to like New Orleans. He didn't bring Wayne up. He didn't have any jazzy stuff. It was there were street lights out there. It was very California. It was very
on the street, like, man, fuck Wayne, man. No,
I heard Wayne's coming out with the album next year. And he's
commercial.
Oh god.
Yeah. So we'll see what he says on that. You said the commercial after this. Well, I mean, I guess we should. There was a PlayStation controller as the layout for it. Circle,
was
square,
it a PlayStation controller? I thought it was representing Squid Games. That's what I thought it was.
I mean, that's the latest thing that had those shapes. But there was like the whole like game over kind of motif. And the Great American Game. And people took it as like Xbox buttons being pushed when it was lit up at the beginning. Sure. Someone said that it was like the order of the lights being lit up, square, circle, whatever it was, that it was like the Grand Theft Auto armor and health cheat code.
Oh, God.
So like he starts off the Super Bowl by like going God mode and like being invincible.
Yeah.
However,
I mean,
I looked it up.
Okay.
I slow-mode the lights.
No.
Square, triangle, circle, X. Triangle, square, X, circle, square, X, triangle, circle is not a cheat code for any of the GTAs.
Not even just making it up as we go.
People are just
making
like
up our own messages.
Doing this, and I'm like, I have to fact check so much stuff today. But
for every reason, you thought it was
makes a cheat code.
Yeah, for every reason you thought it was PlayStation, it was the same reason I thought it was Squid Games. One, it's a game, just like Squid Games, game over, American Game. Like, you know what I mean? Just how in Squid Games, the rich people were the ones putting all these. You know what I mean?
McQuay message.
like that.
Okay.
Message, bro.
Yeah, just to get rich, they got to jump through hoops for rich people to get through, some money, some fame, and so.
Yeah, there were a bunch of cool shots. Kendrick opening up. I mean, that overfield shot of the Squid Games or PlayStation controller. Kendrick starting on the GNX. The clown car, the bodies coming out of the car, the dancers coming out to make the American flag for Humble.
Or the dude laying on the light post.
Yeah, on the light post. Definitely street lights are seen a lot in Kendrick's music videos and kind of just like that vibe. Were there any other spots that stood out to you guys? I want to say SZA was the highlight. Because she's bodied both of those songs,
she sounded incredible,
amazing for like a live performance of that.
Bro,
recording.
You think it was no? I can't. Yeah, that takes away a lot of no.
I'm not gonna put that on. I mean, Kendrick looked like he was live, so I have to also assume that so was SZA. So,
definitely teasing Not Like Us at the beginning before Peekaboo. He's like, I want to do their favorite song, but I know they like to sue. So they backed off of it, went slow with Luther and All the Stars. And then he came back after getting like pumping up and getting ready, and they hyped him up and he really finished, or at least the second to the last song was Not Like Us. Something that Sammy pointed out to me was that the chain he was wearing was a lowercase a.
Yeah.
And it's the PG Lang logo too, right? Is that A? But having that during a Drake diss and the whole A minor thing,
how wild is that, right?
Diabolical.
That's a crazy one.
Yeah. And then as he was finishing Mustard, they did TV off and stuff like that. Any other things stand out from the show?
What you guys think of his bell bottoms?
I was just about to say.
Oh yeah. He's skipping along with his flares.
I hate that. That's gonna bring it back. Like, don't ever bring bell bottoms.
Oh, you think we're gonna see bell bottoms in the club on Doom?
Bro, there's people looking.
I see your ID. Actually, no,
for...
never mind. Get out of my line.
Right? No, I would. If I was still important and bouncing, I'd be like, no, back of the line. Go home, change your pants, and come back.
Change your pants, sweet little pants, bro.
He had the blue like Letterman jacket with Gloria, the last song on GNX. Yeah, those who said his bell bottoms.
Hey, no, they're trending now. Bell bottoms are trending now.
He's gonna start that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the whole crowd screaming A minor. I was like, oh,
yeah, that's dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kendrick smiling into the camera right after he says, "Say Drake."
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a bunch of spots. And then Lou, you said this being one of the most watched. Do you say the most watched halftime show?
That's what I seen on the post. I think you should continue your long list of fact checking.
Yeah, I'm gonna add it.
I wouldn't put it past it because I mean all the drama leading up.
The drama, yeah.
And then added with Lil Wayne crying, about not being picked, and then crying some more when they were like, "No, he's gonna bring Lil Wayne. No, he's not gonna bring Lil Wayne up the hell." Yeah. So just added to the drama, and then him suing Kendrick, that added more to it. Now people were like, "Damn, I wonder if he's gonna sing the song." So
you think Drake was trying to like get the song off radio before the Super Bowl?
Like, how?
Like, don't
We gotta go, hurry up! It's coming.
Come on,
Super Bowl's, it's coming up in a week.
File faster, Crody. File faster.
File faster, Crody. Yeah.
That video that I sent in the group chat on Instagram where that dude, I mean, I'm pretty sure it was a skit, but
oh my god, that guy was crying his eyes out.
It was crying.
They're just on Kendrick's pillows.
They were just glazing Kendrick. They were like, Drake's been through enough. I was like,
what a loser, bro. Hey, get that dude out of here, bro. What a loser.
I think the first post I saw after the game, maybe even during the fourth quarter, it was Mahomes and Drake AI crying next to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, damn. The boy is done.
Yeah. I think what I really like about this, like when we think of Super Bowl halftime shows, like those artists come out and do like their greatest hits.
Yeah.
But this dude Kendrick had the balls and the audacity to just go straight from his last album and do only 2 songs from a different fucking album. I was like, yo, this guy is a freaking jerk, bro. Like we had predictions, you know what I'm saying? And we hit on our predictions, but I wanted to hear some Good Kid for sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some freaking Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. That would be great.
Yeah.
Something from Section 80. You know what I'm saying? And go back deeper. Like it was just the audacity on this freaking guy to just do only GNX. Almost only GNX. I was like, oh yeah, no. This dude's trying to send a message. This dude is a fucking hater. He took his hateration to the Super Bowl. And it was a great thing to see. But like
biggest hater.
Damn,
He's also a really good businessman. Really great businessman because I'm pretty sure that album was streamed 1 million times more.
Jesus.
Also, his cut in GNX is a lot bigger than his cuts from his previous albums when he was with TDE, right? Because GNX being that PG Lang album that was put out. So I saw something that said maybe he only did the GNX because he was like, I'm about to I'm about to fund an entire beginning of an empire by going to the Super Bowl, doing these songs, dethroning a pop king. There was this entire back and forth for years and years about, oh, Kendrick's the conscious rapper, but Drake's the one that sells, right? Kendrick is like, yeah, substance, but Drake is popular, megastar to a point that he can fuse different genres, do whatever he wants, do accents, everything like that. But you could say that Kendrick is now more commercial. Definitely Drake on the way down, Kendrick at the Super Bowl. What is more popular for pop music than being at the most watched show of the entire year in America? So
the first rapper ever to headline a Super Bowl halftime show ever.
By himself. Wait.
Oh, by himself.
Ever.
By himself.
By himself?
By himself.
Dre.
By himself.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, man, Kendrick doing.
Caveat.
He got left out of LA, and it was like,
He's like, I'm gonna go take over a whole other city.
He didn't do the LA Super Bowl, so he's like, I'm taking over LA, Louisiana.
Gonna have Mary
We're having
Jane.
another LA Super Bowl in Louisiana. All right.
And then we got another LA Super Bowl. I think it's 2029. So we'll see if he makes an appearance there.
I know. Sucks. Well, we won't see any LA teams in that one either.
Last kind of summary, your thoughts on it and anything else that might happen. I thought it was a good show, great message, very entertaining, exciting, waiting for that anticipation of like, is he going to perform out like us? Ends with it. Well, sets that up for turn the TV off. The game over lights. Do you guys think that game over was just for, the American game, just for the halftime show? Or do you think that even includes the beef with Drake? Do you think it's game over? Do you think he's done? He's going to let up now, or?
Oh, no. No. I mean, it's making him money. Two, he still got a message to put out, like you said. It's just probably just the beginning of what he's trying to do, like big picture scheme wise. So, I mean, this probably won't be as directed anymore because, unless Drake decides that, he wants to come out guns blazing next year. I don't know why, but yeah.
Marcus, your wrap up on the halftime show. Final thoughts.
Great knife to the stomach from Kendrick to Drake. Great
to the stomach, face to face.
Face to face. It was a great exclamation point on the whole thing. Yeah, Kendrick did his thing, and I want to see Serena Williams fucking walking everywhere.
Oh,
damn!
That definitely was another great spot when they cut to Serena just freaking walking out there. I was like, oh!
It took me hella long to register that. I was like, okay, Serena Williams, she's from Compton. All right, I get it. And then I was like, oh wait, she dated Drake. Holy shit, this is crazy. Yeah.
But Drake also took shots at her husband. So
yeah, that was weird, man. She's been doing some weird stuff the last couple of years.
Oh, Aubrey.
Lou, what's your final thoughts on Kendrick's Super Bowl halftime show?
It's great performance, and it's homage to who Kendrick is as a battle rapper. K. Dot, freaking even when he released that Control verse like over 10 years ago, so this is who he is. Like he's always been this kind of and he did it in front of the president too. So like he really sent message to anyone. It looks like there's a lot of things in store. So looking forward to what kind of statements he's gonna make in the coming years.
I keep forgetting the Emperor was there. I forgot.
Yeah. Was it $13 million for extra security so the president could be there? Nice, good job.
Oh.
Hey, this is the only Super Bowl that had the Secret Service and Kendrick performed it.
Bro, I was also wondering if Kendrick was going to say something directly to the Don, or if it was going to be subtle, but I feel like you can't do subtle if you're trying to get a message to Donald Trump. It's got to be like in writing, maybe not in writing, like audible. Like
I feel like that entire performance was something to Donald, like to his whole thing, like his whole performance was just a huge message to. No, probably not. Probably not. Probably won't get it. But I think just his whole performance was a message to people like Donald Trump, to just the state of America and how they treat, people of color and successful people of color at that, and the game that he's playing to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in this fucking battle with Drake, he's just like, I'm fighting a lot of things on a lot of fronts right now, and Donald Trump is one of them. And you're seeing it all in this performance right now, Emperor Don, Uncle Donald. This is a message to you, bud. You know what I'm saying? So
got the belt. He was like, I'll give the belt to anyone. He was the president.
Even the president, dude. I'll get the belt to that guy. Yeah, bro. I think it was all the message to everybody.
He's not the president. Donald Trump is not the president. You guys know who the president is.
Whoa, what do you mean?
You guys know who the president is.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
No, they got this fool Elon Musk in the Oval Office answering questions about the Department of Government Efficiency. Like, we're gonna have to do these things because it's gonna make America more solvent. It's gonna make America better, and this is how we do it by cutting away. Like, bruh, why is this man talking to the country?
I don't think he's wrong in doing the audits. But it's just like the conflict of interest, him, Donald, and freaking. But it's gonna be interesting when they audit American Samoa. Like, where's the FEMA money?
Oh no! I didn't even think of that. Do they know American Samoa is part of it? Can we shield them off somehow? Can we pretend American Samoa is Western
federal
Samoa?
Pause, guys. Federal pause. Federal.
American Samoa. Hey, we're gonna need an extension on that audit. All right, we're gonna need an extension.
Why did I think of that?
There's no way, bro. Because the government.
Hey, Luti need to chill out, bro.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get some of my uncles in trouble.
Joe's just gonna take down ASG.
And Marcus, I'm from Faialu, bro. You know they gonna have to audit the hospital. Where's all the oxygen things?
Bro,
where's all that?
Where's the hospital, the ICU that they sent over?
The biggest audit will come from COVID money that no one saw that got sent there. All that COVID money. Yeah, but I mean, they already pro-Trump. The government there is pro-Trump. The people there are pro-Trump, which is so.
We're well aware. Yeah, we know.
They might be like, man, I can't find the money. I'm gonna have to take that American national status.
He's like, let me hold on to your national status till you guys find the funds. Oh, damn.
They can't, man. We do all the work from our Army Reserve, man. When we send those guys out, they do all the work. So they're not gonna take that. Those guys are saving grace.
Tell them, Forrest.
Tell them. Highest per capita sign up for the armed forces, American Samoa.
Right.
We the
and
best.
They can't audit them because I work for SBLIX. And I'll go to jail because I took a lot of money too.
That's what
we found him. Hey, we found him.
Allegedly.
Yeah, you throw that allegedly.
Hey, call the police right now. Someone call American Samoa's police right now.
Give them a heads up. Give them a heads up that the audit is coming.
Yeah, let them know.
Officers,
I was a computer. I was a computer. I have flash drives with information on it. I have my backup to save. Don't worry.
Oh my goodness. Okay, all right.
Hey, they want him to be Matai. It's all good. They're gonna make Donald the Matai.
Yeah. This is what you voted for. All right. Yeah. Wrapping up. That's our dive on the Kendrick Lamar Super Bowl halftime show. Leave a comment. Hit us up in the DMs. Let us know what you thought of the show. Or go jump in that Big Body Cisco post. Everyone's on there. Fiji's in there. COC's in there. They're all talking about it. No.
Damn.
They're not talking about the lady from Tola that was like that had a rant about the winner from
the Pacific Islands. Oh man, there's been some talk,
man.
And if you want to hear
a lot of updates with that,
if you want to hear the latest on that this weekend, definitely sign up for the Polytickin Patreon. Sepha and Marcus are going to dive into all the information that we have from that.
Sepha's going to dive in there. I'm just going to say a lot of stupid jokes. just like, dude, fuck.
Yo, there's Yeah, I've been definitely seeing a lot of stuff. Miss American Samoa and Miss American Samoa telling her, you did this. This is all you. Just shout out to them. Shout out to Miss American Samoa. Shout out to Miss Samoa. All of them actually. Miss Tonga too. First runner up. Yeah, Marcus. We're not going to have a Polytickin weekly show this week, right? Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's usually when we record it, or it's Friday.
Fudge! It is Valentine's Day, huh?
that's why I'm saying we're not recording because we're gonna go do Valentine's Day. But anything you want to say to the people?
What?
For Valentine's Day?
He said,
to have a great Valentine's Day.
He said,
good luck booking the mustard. Good luck booking the restaurant. You know what I'm saying, for your lady friend or your boyfriend, whoever. You know what I'm saying. Good luck.
Look, you needed to do that a long time ago. So definitely good luck to you if you're listening to this right now with the unbooked reservation. Yeah, that's me too.
One of my homies posted on his page. He said, "Hey, if you're just getting flowers,
freeze.
No dinner, no nothing else. That should tell you that you're the side chick."
If you're just getting flowers with no dinner, you're the side chick?
Yeah.
Oh,
we need to take a look at that.
Yeah, or like
might be,
aggregate
aggregate
other Valentine's Day night hacks.
Yeah, we didn't figure these out.
Am I the side?
Yeah.
Right, you get flowers, and then you get the message at 3 after the Valentine's festivities are over.
Oh, that's obvious. Yeah. If the entire day, we'll talk about
happy,
that. We'll talk about
happy
that.
belated Valentine's. Come over.
Yeah, but shout out to OhHelloMarcus. Thank you for being on with us.
Thanks for having me on, boys.
Yeah, anytime. Happy Valentine's
Marcus
Day.
Gonna pull a Stephon Diggs on Valentine's Day, Marcus.
What was that? What am I? What's Stephon?
You'll pull a Stephon Diggs.
What is that?
No.
Nah, never mind. It's where he had Stephon Diggs had 2 girls at the same hotel.
Yep.
Oh,
what a fucking idiot! Damn it, Stephon Diggs. No.
Opposite sides, different floors, but it's still.
That's
yeah. But appreciate you for hopping on.
Thanks, boys.
Love you, man.
Get to it, man. TP. Hit us and network and all that. You know what I'm saying? All of that. All right, boys. Have a good show,
bro. Thank you.
Hey, man, I got a call for him when he does. Someone should do mayo now since they already have mustard. I'm gonna jump on someone's album mayo.
We gotta do the best foods.
Oh my god.
Sounds like this is someone.
Oh, bro, honest and American Samoa. That's so scary. All right, that was the halftime show. The actual Super Bowl lacked a lot of excitement because it was the Eagles all day long. They decimated the three-peat hopes of Kansas City, dominant fashion. At one point, leading 34-0 before letting Mahomes, get some garbage time touchdowns. I thought that was very nice of them. The Chiefs' defense sold out to stop Saquon, who had 2.3 yards per rush, right? 25 carries for 57 yards, no touchdowns for Saquon, but they left one-on-ones up the rest of the field. They were hoping to force Jalen Hurts to beat them instead of Saquon, which we talked about this before. That's the move, right? Force Jalen Hurts, not Saquon, who's 2,000 yards, all these touchdowns. And Jalen Hurts stepped up. 17 completions on 22 attempts, 221 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, but 11 carries for 72 yards, 72 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown. So, 3 total touchdowns. Broke his own record for most rushing yards by a quarterback in the Super Bowl. And this also is the second Eagles championship ever. 2 in the last 8 years. That last one, the Philly special with Nick Foles, Doug Peterson versus the Patriots. And now this one, different head coach, different quarterback, whole new situation. Forrest, do you think this was like the beginning of something for the Eagles, or just a really good season that culminated with a dominant win?
I mean, it's hard to say the beginning. Like you said, they won 2 in the last 8 years. So, like, they've already got, and they've been in contention for the Super Bowl ever since they won that first one. So, I mean, if you're talking about like winning multiple within the next 5 years, maybe. But I do think that at least they're always going to be relevant from now on. They got a solid core there, and now we have to see Nick Sirianni again because they're definitely going to extend him.
For years.
Oh my gosh. I was hoping they lost just so they would fire him. But
Same.
my God. Yeah, I mean, I they're built pretty good, you know what I mean? Like from the back end on defense all the way to the front. And then now that they have Saquon Barkley there, as you can see, you take the run away from him, and Jalen Hurts has always been able to run the ball. So they still have a running back in the backfield. It's just that he's able to throw it. It's hard to stop that. And if you're going to take Saquon out of the game, like you just said, you're leaving a lot of one-on-ones around on the field. And they're talented at every receiver position, from the outside boundary to the slots. And then you still have Goddard at tight end, guys coming off the bench. Devontae Smith, you didn't even really mention him a lot, but he's
Heisman winner.
yeah. And yeah, they look really good. And with the impending trade of one 49er receiver, sorry, Luti, who should be dealt probably by the beginning of the season. Philly's a really great spot for him. A lot of people are talking about Philly. They can
Debo to Philly.
A lot of people are talking about that again. My 2 picks for him would be like Pittsburgh and the Chargers. We'll get into that like in the later show, but yeah, the guys are gonna want to play there.
Good point.
You saw a rookie get his interception for a touchdown in the Super Bowl, pick 6 in the Super Bowl. He's still young. Their defensive backfield is scary.
Nice.
Mitchell, Cooper. So yeah, I mean, I think they'll be around at least in the talks for a Super Bowl for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Okay. Yeah. Definitely competing and seeing this roster that Howie Roseman has built up.
Yeah.
Lou, do you see the Eagles as like an immediate long-term kind of championship contender, or was this, I mean, and you're the NFC person here too also, so you have to go up against these Eagles, and probably have in the past couple of years, but do you see the Eagles now as like perennial championship threats, or did they just get lucky this season?
Oh, they didn't get lucky. Like Forrest mentioned, they're really built all over, have drafted really well. NFC is not as star heavy as AFC, because like who would you really think? Like Lions don't have a pedigree in the playoffs. Commanders are dark horse. The biggest contenders for the Eagles were the Niners, and they fell apart with injuries. So they're built to last, and it's nice to see Hurts win a Super Bowl before Joe Burrow. He won a Super Bowl before Lamar Jackson. He won a Super Bowl before Josh Allen. So he won a Super Bowl before these MVPs. That's a pretty special moment. What else? They, just like Forrest mentioned too, like the Eagles have AJ Brown looks like a legit number one. How he played, doesn't matter if it was a fade route, doesn't matter if it was in route. He was cooking an all pro with the McDuffie. And they have man beaters. That was a big difference between the Niners playing them last year and the Eagles playing them both this year and a couple years ago. Because Jahan Dotson can win his one-on-ones. He's not a prominent receiver, but he's still a good route runner. Devontae Smith, still the same thing. He can be a number one on a different team. He's a good man beater to beat whatever, what's his name, Spags throws at him. And Goddard too, veteran tight end, not like top elite, but he's always been easy declining now, but he's still solid, which we've seen in the Super Bowl. And then that O-line's freaking nasty, man. You got that guy from Australia, so that's they're just built like front end to back end, and the defensive coordinator they got with Fangio pitched it better. He did really good against Mahomes.
Yeah.
Made Mahomes look like one of the worst he's had, and that comes from What's nice about Vic Fangio, he's an old Niners coordinator. He coached in
Oh.
Louisiana when they faced the Ravens, so he's an experience. That was something nice to watch a former 49er win with another team. But yeah, they won with 4 up front. They have coverage. They made what's his name, Bond, Zach Bond.
Zach Bond, yep.
Yeah, like now he looked like all pro. His stats are going crazy the entire season. So how he was utilized.
I think he was voted all pro. And this is a free agent signing that was like a different linebacker position. Now plays for the Eagles, and he's having a great year. So I mean, I'm trying to think if this is like, you know, they just won, all these moves paid off. They rebuilt their secondary with 1 draft. They've been drafting big guys, right, in the early defensive line, offensive line. So it's like, is that the new blueprint? We'll have to see if people try to copy certain things that the Eagles do. I want to talk to you guys about Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts. I feel like before this, people saw him as the limiting factor of the offense, like not pushing the ball downfield, not a, you know, natural or I guess a freaking conservative thrower of the ball. Does this change? I mean, I'm sure this will change. People will be like, oh, but you can win a Super Bowl with him. Like, he was the best player in the Super Bowl. But how does this look different now for Jalen Hurts for us? If you're like, oh, he wasn't good now, but how do you keep that same argument when the guy's got a Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP trophy? You still think he's not good, or the Eagles can build around him now?
I mean, Eli Manning won the Super Bowl MVP. So,
I mean, 2 of them, yeah?
2 of them. And he's a shit quarterback.
Oh, he's a Super Bowl champion, second ballot Hall of Famer. Eli
he's in the Super Bowl. Nah, I mean, there's always going to be haters, of course, and I'll tell you that things like that. Like, well, I mean, you know, you look back at some of the Super Bowl MVPs or some of the quarterbacks that won the game for them, and there's going to be a few names where you're like, wait, what? That guy was MVP? You know. Of course, Jalen Hurts is better than that, at least, you know. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we saw who was the MVP for the Seahawks when they won. Was it not Malcolm Smith?
Malcolm Smith, linebacker.
And then the Raiders got finagled when they signed him, and then he didn't do shit when he was with the Raiders. So, by the way, everybody who watched the Chiefs falter, you get the Raiders first for putting up the blueprint.
What?
The team before that beat them before was the Raiders. That was the other team that beat the Chiefs, and they did it the same way. So
this year? No, last year.
Last year. So same
last year for
everything. They I'm not saying it was the same game plan, but it was the game. The blueprint was the blueprint. They didn't have the D line, they did. That's why it's easier. And that's why Philly's so good, because they're the trenches, the way they built. I mean, they lost what's his name on the O line? Went to the what was that?
Oh, never mind.
No, you're good.
Kelce?
No,
he retired. Yeah.
Kelce, of course, but they lost Kelce. They let what's his name walk to Pittsburgh. I don't know.
Malo?
Yeah, they let Malo go over to Pittsburgh. You know, they had those key guys that got them to the first Super Bowl. They had the first-time starter at center. You know, Lane Johnson's, gosh, that guy's so beat up, but he was still there. You know, but
he's not retiring either. He's like,
my god,
why would I? It's like, because you're old. He's like,
well, because you probably won't start next year. But okay, not yet.
Super Bowl winning right tackle.
And then all these things I'm saying, because we're talking about Jalen Hurts, you could say all of those things won the game. You know what I mean? The team had to concentrate on Saquon. Yeah. They got beat defensively. They were trying their best to figure out a way to figure out that D line. You know, they had to worry about the DBs this time, because I still think they're not weak. I just think that's the weakest part of their defense is the DBs on Philly, but you know, still probably better than half of the league. And then on offense, you know, they were just the O-line again, just beating people up, and that's what Jalen Hurts has to think. He's got guys who are out there like Luti said. AJ was phenomenal, and Dotson might not be like a household name yet, but I think Washington gave up on him a little too early because he was showing flashes, and I know
Yeah.
a lot of guys show flashes, but the things he's done, he could do at Penn State were amazing. So, and he was
You're saying it's the good teammates in the system that make Jalen Hurts able to be a Super Bowl MVP.
That's what championship teams do.
I mean, I could see it, but like also like if you could have had a different Super Bowl MVP, I wouldn't have been mad because the quarterback is special,
Right,
handles the
right.
ball, direction.
But also,
like
like
that.
you mentioned, people were saying that it had to be him to win the game. They took away Saquon,
Yeah.
their number one. That's their number one, and he did. You can't deny that. You can't deny him that. He needed to push the ball downfield. Got 2 touchdowns on the air. How many yards did you say, Max? Over 200. Through the air.
221, yeah.
The air, and he kept moving the ball. He kept moving the line of scrimmage, and that's how. Yeah.
So easy that they were making it look. It definitely looked like the Eagles were the ones who had won 2 Super Bowls and knew what to do, and the Chiefs were the ones that were like trying to take down the three-peat.
They made Jalen Hurts look like Mahomes. That's what they did.
Yeah. Continuing on about Jalen Hurts, Lou. Do you think? I mean, the Eagles obviously made the commitment last year, right, when they signed him to 5-year, $250 million extension, whatever it was. But I feel like the talk has always been Jalen Hurts is limiting this offense. Now he's a Super Bowl MVP. How do you think this changes how they try to build around him or how the public sees Jalen Hurts?
I think the public's still going to be the public. I think he's going to still carry himself as he had a purpose before they had an opinion. So he's been cold, man. He's been cold with his one-liners. So it's tough for him. Tough to, just like what Forrest saying, does he see Nick Foles or is he Joe Montana had a lot of weapons and a great defense. But that's what he's going to have to show year in and year out. And what we just seen from Patrick Mahomes, like, you still need a team. Well, the decision making is iffy here and there, but he balled out in the last Super Bowl too. He threw for 300 yards last time, and the 2 years ago he threw for 300, ran for almost 100. He broke his record. So he's been balling.
He's always had that like winner mentality, right? Like, I might not have the best measurables, not the tallest, not the biggest, not the strongest, he might be the strongest, not the fastest, whatever, but
not the most accurate, so.
Yeah, but
definitely not the most accurate.
His brand is that he wins, right?
Yeah.
In college, he turned around the Eagles once he got there, took him to the Super Bowl, kept him in contention. So he definitely keeps that winner aura, that winner, label. And I feel like people, like we were talking about this last week, if he had a ring, even if he like played like garbage and Saquon carried him 300 yards, 5 touchdowns, whatever. Even if he had a ring, he could just be like, I can't hear you guys over, this hardware that I got. I'm a Super Bowl winning champion. But then to go in, Saquon have a terrible day, the Chiefs entirely sell out to stop him and still win the game, and in fact be the reason, the quarterback, the passer for that, makes it that you can't say that he's not able to do it. But then you look like Forrest, you bring up that good point where like, okay, well, if you have a bunch of teammates that are superstars, you don't really have to. You could have like, what's your guys' quarterback? Brock Purdy, right? People are like, oh, 7th rounder, not that good, but he could be in the MVP talks if everybody's doing good, right? If CMC's there, Debo's running, everybody's making all the catches and stuff. So I see Jalen Hurts as like a good guy, hard worker, right? All his teammates love him. He's not flashy. He doesn't get rocked mentally. He doesn't get thrown off like that. So definitely a lot of people are cheering for him and have his back. Recently in the WWE Royal Rumble last month, Jey Uso lasted to the end, knocked out John Cena, and people were like, "You deserve it," after he like won, and they like doing all the freaking Yee stuff in the crowd. I saw a lot of kind of comparisons in that. Like these are two guys that did it the right way, fought for their spot there, but also had to kind of wait a little bit. Known as like a good teammate, not the greatest, but great at what they do. Also makes they make everyone feel included. These two guys they're on a roll and freaking winners, right? Jey Uso is going to face Gunther in the WrestleMania main event. But I feel like a lot of people are happy that Jalen Hurts and Saquon won. And mad that we're going to be stuck with Nick Sirianni for at least 3 more years. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, something quick. What's called? This Super Bowl just showed it don't matter if you're Patrick Mahomes, they still gonna hate. Doesn't matter if you're Jalen Hurts, they're gonna hate. Doesn't matter if you're if you're Brock Purdy, they're gonna hate. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, MVP. Like I think we just seen a whole bunch. Like it doesn't matter what level you're gonna get hate regardless. Yeah, that's what I feel about this playoffs. Like watching everyone hate each quarterback. Yeah,
there's always somebody that is gonna be loud about it. Maybe but I feel like I'd be thinking about that sometimes, right? It's like, are a lot of people upset at this thing, or are a few people really loud about it and making it seem that way? I think that's also for social media and everything else. That's
I think they just start hating other quarterbacks. They're like, "You hate my quarterback? Why? I hate you."
Yeah, now it's just everyone's hating other people. Like
there's more fair weather fans out there and people who just casually watch sports that are going to be like that. They will understand that Hurts just, of course he deserved to win, deserved to be there, the hard work that he put in. And a lot of those games, they wouldn't have won without him either. Another quarterback there wouldn't have got Philadelphia there. He's the right fit for that team. The way I look at it, he's like an upgraded version of Dak Prescott. He can do everything Dak Prescott can do. They're kind of the same quarterback. He can just do it better. He doesn't make as many mistakes. So
I was gonna say, like, if Patrick Mahomes had the Eagles' weapons, usually he'd be able to freaking fly, right? Yeah. If Patrick Mahomes that was playing in this Super Bowl to that low level, like one of his worst games ever, I think he had like a 15 QBR or something. Fact check that. That's probably wrong. If bad Mahomes was playing on the Eagles, wouldn't have won. Wouldn't have done what Jalen Hurts did. Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes. I think that was more the defense, Vic Fangio. And especially if you have that limiting defense, that defense is like, okay, you can throw the out, you can throw the slant, you can throw the flat, whatever, but you're not throwing that freaking Tyreek Hill 50-yard bomb on us, right? No. Especially if that defense gets a lead 10-0, freaking 17-0, 24-0, 27-0, 34-0, and you're forced to like try to drop back and throw with them. They had the D line to pressure with just 4. Is at 46 dropbacks, 16 pressures, 6 sacks, no blitzes. Like they did it with only the linemen, or some stunts. That's crazy. That definitely a big shout out to Vic Fangio and the defense for limiting Patrick Mahomes and winning that Super Bowl for them. But you can't give the MVP to the defense.
Like, no, you can't. There's too many people. But also, like, you know what I mean? Like it just solidifies what we were saying about the guys that surround you. Because had Kansas City pulled off the Devontae Adams trade and got Devontae instead of like Nuke there, and then like, you know what I mean?
If he dropped a pass that seemed like was their ticket to kind of getting some momentum to stay competitive in it. But after they dropped that, the vibes immediately exited the building. Yeah. Chris Jones fell to his knees and like he keeled over. He was like, "Oh, why did we put all that effort in to finally stop them, and then our offense punts it right back. Now we got to go back out there." So, that was hard to see. I thought the Chiefs were good. They had a chance, even when it was like 24.
They always have a chance. If Nuke was still Nuke from like 3 years ago, it might be a different game. You know what I mean? If Kelce was Kelce from 2 years ago, same thing. They didn't have the guys to match up anymore. Not to say that they weren't good, but also I think we've seen the preview of that all season long, is that they had to be in the lead all the time. They couldn't get behind by too many points because there were so many games where you were like, oh shit, they're about to lose. And they were still in contention. They kept themselves in it and ended up winning. And Philly did it like, if it was like, no, we got to put them down. We can't let them come back. If we're going to be up, we got to be up. So that way there's they can't come back from that. So
it was the third quarter. It was toward the end of the third quarter, and Kansas City already was in 4-down territory. I think they were on their side of the field, but it was like they had to go for it on 4th and 4, 4th and 5. And it was like, this is the last chance to get this comeback started, right? It's going to be, the percentages go to like percentage points, decimals after this. The DB knocks the out route down. And then the very first play when the Eagles take over is a play action shot to Devontae Smith to make it 30-0. Like, and then it was like, oh, this game is over. Let's start looking up some trivia stats.
Exactly. I was checking the score at work, and so 7-0, and the boys were like, "Oh, I'll check the score again," which is funny because I could have showed the game, but they were like, "Nah, we're just gonna play video games." It's like, damn it!
What?
Yeah.
It's like, you can play video games any other day, guys. I'm taking control. I'm making a management decision.
Man. But they were like, yeah, check the score. So it was like 7-0. So I was still 7-0. I looked again. It was like towards the end of the second quarter. I was like, oh, shit, 17-0. Okay. Obviously, like everybody else, I was like, well, they got something in halftime. They'll make the adjustments.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back at the scores, 30-something 0. I was like, no, I think we're good. I think we're done. I think
I don't think it's done. I can stop checking this.
Yeah, I think we're done. But so imagine, like, they took away Saquon from Philly, and they were able to counter with Jalen Hurts. But you take away Pat Mahomes throwing, who do you have for him to, like, check off to or run the ball? Nobody.
Samaje Perine.
Right.
Old Travis Kelce. Man, it was sad. I actually started feeling sad a little bit.
No, because Kelce should have retired last year. He knows that.
He was forced to come back by his teammates. He wanted to retire with his brother, go off into the sunset. $100 million podcast, and freaking on tour with Taylor Swift. So we're already kind of into our next section, but the hate on the Chiefs, which is why we're here tonight. Is this the end of the Chiefs?
No, definitely not.
No, come on.
Definitely not. They got Spagnuolo still there on the coaching staff. Pat Mahomes is still there. He's gonna draw people to the Chiefs. Obviously, there's gonna be receivers that's gonna be like, man, you know what? Put Garrett Wilson on that team next year. That's scary. You got a guy like Garrett Wilson who's trying to go somewhere else. There's some tight ends who probably want to be moved around. There's teams with multiple tight ends. I mean, I'm scared to say the Raiders have 2 great tight ends, and if Kansas City went after like Michael Mayer, because they're not giving up Brock Bowers, but if they get Michael Mayer, I mean,
I'm not trading a division rival a need.
Hey man, if they're giving something in return that
Drew Tranquil,
man, we don't want your sloppy seconds, man. We'll get their
thirds.
What the hell?
I'm saying I don't really see like them having a lot. We've been looking at their salary cap too, and it's there are a lot of these. They got a lot of free agents that were making plays for them.
Man, look, the Patriots did it. You know what I mean? They didn't have to win 3 in a row, but they still won a lot of fucking championships by reloading with guys that we probably didn't hear of until they started playing for the Patriots. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you there's a chance to get good vets, especially when you're drafting in the 30s. Right. In the first round, you definitely have to find those good vets because you're less shots at having young guys come in. Lou, please. Is this the end for the Chiefs?
The end of the Chiefs? I don't know. We'll see if they can pull the Patriots because we'll see if they start drafting wide receivers like the Patriots start finding some Julian Edelmans.
You gotta find your white slot gym rat.
That's because
Danny Amendola.
Amendola. But those guys are man beaters. They beat man. They could be.
He's saying that because Frisco drafted Parasol, so that's what he's hoping for.
No, it might be the end of the Niners, not the Chiefs.
Nah, not after getting their DC back.
We'll see. But yeah, with the Chiefs, I don't like McDuffie didn't look too well, and Chris Jones didn't look too well either.
Oh, yeah.
Like Chris Jones usually makes a big difference in these kind of clutch games. I think that was a big, usually you hear Chris Jones' name a lot in a big game in the Super Bowl, AFC Championship. That's when I want to see how he got nullified. But yeah, I'm not too sure.
I'm obviously hoping for that as a AFC West team member. Will they stop making the playoffs? No, but they showed the weakness, right? If you don't have the offensive line, it's not just being able to kick your left guard out to left tackle and calling it good, right? You have to draft, replace, train, execute, right? They took Kingsley Suamataia at tackle in the early second round this year, and they plugged him in there immediately, but they ended up having to pull him a couple games in, and then they had I don't think he made the field for the rest of the year. So maybe like a kind of a low-key redshirt year for him where he's got a chance to learn from the sideline and get better. But I think the Chiefs dynasty and their franchise might hedge on Kingsley Suamataia being able to start at left tackle next year quickly for someone that they pulled this year. But they took him in the second round. If you're taking somebody in the first or second round, you expect them to make an impact. Like you're taking them because you need them to work out. Now, if you take them as like a project and you have like a big starter in front of them, that's the dream, right? And then you can switch them out as needed. But there was no starter in front of Kingsley. Like it was just for play or for whatever reason that they decided to sit him. So they bumped Joe Tooney out from guard to left tackle with his T-Rex arms, and it wasn't enough. Especially going up against a team that has 4 guys that can rush all on the line. Each one of those spots, I think they all got sacks. Josh Sweat was killing it. Or maybe the Eagles just they were so strong on their roster that they pointed out these weaknesses. Maybe it's that, but to me, and also the bias, maybe I'm just hoping that the Chiefs fall apart. But the thing is, if Suamataia is good at left tackle, that helps them, right? Because that's like, okay, we can slot him in there, not have to worry about it. We have all pro inside linemen, Creed Humphrey, Joe Tooney, Trey Smith. Well, they're going to lose Trey Smith. He's one of those free agents. That's probably going to get paid somewhere. Chargers, LA, what's up? But if Suamataia is not playable next year, then in the preseason or even in this offseason right now, they're like, oh, we got to bring somebody else in. And I'm hoping that's the big punch, that's the big swing that misses, right? And they're off balance, and now things kind of start collapsing. We spent too much on a tackle. He's no good. We got to bring in somebody else. We got to push these guys over here, maybe some inside line. We got to spend a lot of money, all this, all that. Also, picking 31st every round, that just gives them less opportunities to draft good players. Unfortunately, their infrastructure, their coaching, their GMs is all kind of working really well together to keep them from taking those unnecessary or possibly collapsing swings. But I can dream.
Yeah. To Kingsley's credit, he was hurt for most of the year. Still playing hurt. So that's part of the reason they signed him. They wanted him to probably get healthier. And then, once you get hurt and you sit for a while, your confidence gets kind of shot. So this is all stuff coming from people that I talk to that are close to Kingsley. So
nice.
Yeah. So I'm sure by next year, he's about to go into his off season. He works out with a bunch of guys that work with some of the best offensive and defensive lineman coaches.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Yep.
Yeah, a bunch of the older Polynesian guys that run camps. They work with these pros. Like, Frankie's part of some of those groups where they all work together with some of these guys. And they're gonna get some working together. Kingsley's no different. He's about to go to work for sure.
Ooh, you
So-
spend the off season practicing like blocking Frankie Louvu, you're gonna be in good shape once things.
Yeah, he
pick
should
up.
be good. He should be good. And they're really close family with Benet and his family. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna get some work in there too. So yeah.
I like it. Go ahead, Luke.
Yeah, I was gonna mention he's probably gonna be with his cousin, huh?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah.
The Chiefs
sure.
probably hoping. I hope he's like his cousin. I hope
No,
we
for
have a
sure.
Simon tackle like Wailata.
We got a steal. Jordan Mailata has got to be like a freaking franchise steal. What they had? Well, I know he wasn't like an early round player. They took him like as a
No, he was.
international.
Yeah,
Project.
Yeah,
not even an international. I think he just I think he played somewhere like sparing and then entered the draft. But
He started like in college or something.
he came over for something, but he was like just the measurables and then everything he did at the combine was crazy. But also, the thing like that when you start that late, of course you have to learn a lot of the good stuff, but you don't come in with any of the bad habits some of these guys have. So it's a lot easier for you to pick up, and retain a lot of the good stuff. You don't have any bad habits, and you're already developed body wise. You got the skill. So now your coach really just has to mold you into what he really wants you to be. He doesn't have to build your body. Maybe like there's specific types of strengths for different positions. Maybe just a little bit of that. But he came in gigantic already. Can't take size. Super athletic, and not just for his size. He's just super athletic. He can sing. That has no relevance
He
here.
can
But
sing.
Man,
oh
He's got
my
the
gosh,
best singer.
he could probably act when he dropped that the
the mask.
Bane. Oh
Mascot.
man, when he did the Bane. No, when he did the Bane line on what game? This no, he was
NFC.
like
What do you use that as like a pregame speech?
no, he was talking to one of the during the game. He was
Said
talking
he said
It's like-
I didn't know what would break first,
Right.
your spirit
He
or your
sounded-
body.
he sounded exactly like Bane. So that's somebody that's Bane size sounds like Bane. But yeah, no, he came in perfect. And I know it doesn't work out like that for a lot of people, but yeah, he had something to prove. And he just worked, man. But again, he was able to cut some shortcuts because he didn't have any of the bad habits anymore. So you were pretty much working with a clean slate that had the body you needed to already be a star. So good for him.
Good. All right, let's start wrapping up here. Any final thoughts or anything that we didn't mention from the Super Bowl for us that people need to know about?
Well, that it won't be either of those teams. It won't be the Chiefs in the Super Bowl next year. That's for sure. You guys watch out. Pete Carroll's going to another Super Bowl. So
Year one?
Year one, baby. That's how we do it.
That would be great for the Harbaugh Carroll rivalry.
Nah,
What's your deal? What's your deal?
What's your deal? Why you
What's your
following
deal?
me?
Why you following me? Why are you going the same way I'm going?
Just let me win one, Daddy.
All right. So the Chiefs will not be in the Super Bowl next year. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, the draft is coming up. I know we're talking about the Super Bowl, but I think we're going to see a lot of movement from the Chiefs to get into the early rounds of the draft. Trying to at least move up to the second round because they don't have any picks in the first third for sure. I think they'll maybe try to move into the first. Like you said, rebuild that line maybe. There's a lot of good receivers in the open market. So yeah, it's a little scary. It's fun to watch them get beat, but it's kind of scary to think about how, like you said, the GM, the coaches there, they've been together for a while, and what they're gonna sit back and be like, hey, look, let's try to get him a fake Tyreek Hill, you know what I mean? Put him in place, get him another Kelce, and let's see if we can make another run at it. So
I mean, they already got the speed, Hollywood Brown and Xavier
Right.
Worthy. So
right.
yeah, but we'll see if Kelce sticks around.
I hope he does for his sake, not because I'm hating, but I'd like to see him go and
Actually,
mess around with his brother.
As Raiders and Chargers fans, I feel like we should vote for Kelce to stay because that fool looked tired. Looked broken down. If they keep throwing him the ball, I'm fine with that. Lou, what are the last takeaways or anything you want to say about the Super Bowl that the people should know about?
Shout out to Kilolo Westerland. She's the one that was on that flag football commercial. She's the Samoan girl. Goes to Liberty High School. But besides that, I think the Eagles just saved the NFL's ratings. NFL ratings were down the whole year. And Kendrick Lamar, so you have the highest viewed Super Bowl halftime. Then you have the Eagles giving everyone else hope in the league that the Chiefs dynasty's on the decline. So I think everybody was kumbaya when the Chiefs they lost and that they look mortal. And that was one of the worst blowouts too in league history, recent history.
All the NFL fans were like hugging each other after it. All non-Chiefs NFL fans were like, "Thank goodness someone did it." They stopped the three-peat. America's team.
Hey, when that belt was whipping, everybody just clapping like clap.
Get him! Get him!
Keep going. Good job. The refs, I'm surprised the Chiefs were holding. They weren't holding like they usually do. Usually we see them hold them to death, the D linemen. So it was a good ending to the season, and it looks the rating is probably better next season. That's what the Super Bowl meant to me.
In the post game, DeAndre Hopkins, Chiefs wide receiver that they traded for, legend, probably Hall of Famer. The clip that got posted to social media was him asking the media if they were going to still talk about the Chiefs and the refs' love story. Like, what y'all going to say now? Are y'all going to report on that? Like, we got all the penalties today? No? Huh? Are y'all going to talk about that? It's like, no, DeAndre, that's not exciting to talk about. But, from the beginning, I think the Eagles got offensive pass interference that went for the Chiefs. But after that, it felt like every penalty was on the Chiefs, and half the time it was after the Chiefs got a first down. It was like, no, bring it back. I was like, damn, do y'all not know who these people are? This is your team.
And it was looking at them fans like, yeah, see, that's how it feels. That's how it feels. You get a key first down taken away, or you give the other team a first down that should have not been a first down.
Oh,
like
they had the Eagles at like 3rd and 20. And
that's when it was close too. It's still close.
It's still doable, right? And it was like Nick Bolton did a late hit or unnecessary roughness or something, and they gave him a first down going from like 3rd or 2nd and 20 or something like that.
I think it was a 4th down too because they were pretty aggressive. The Eagles were pretty aggressive. It was 4th down territory. They were going for a hell of a lot of 4th down.
That will be one thing that I will remember a lot is that the Chiefs did not get any calls in the biggest game of the year. And the people who have the Chiefs, the NFL want the Chiefs to win. They give them all the calls. This was definitely a night that went against that narrative.
I wish I could talk about the same things you guys are talking about. The kids at work wanted to play in Uncharted 3 instead, and that's what I had to watch during the Super Bowl.
That is tough, bro. I don't know what I would do. I'd be like, hey guys,
you missed it, bro. They was like,
unchart yourself outside. Go do some push-ups or something. Definitely the Chiefs not getting the calls. Kendrick's halftime show. The Eagles, like you said, giving everybody else hope. Jalen Hurts and Saquon getting their ring. Good for them. Nick Sirianni. Ugh.
Second half was scary though. It was like, oh, is the NFL like that was the surprising part. It was like, oh, they're not going to give him like penalties to help him come back. There's like, okay, they're not going to give him. They're not going to give him the easy ones. They're going to let this blowout go out.
So this Super Bowl, I don't know. Maybe Patrick Mahomes gets shook. He's just not the same ever again.
No more.
The Brady Mahomes comparisons take a huge hit, but through 5 Super Bowls, they're pretty much tied up. They went 3-2 in their first 5 Super Bowls. The only problem is Brady had another 5 Super Bowl appearances after that, and I think he won 4 of those. So I'm hoping Mahomes does not have a next decade like that. It's time for the young guys.
I predict a pretty big trade coming in the offseason. I feel like Patrick Mahomes is going to be dealt to the Detroit Lions.
Not gonna happen.
Miles Garrett on the board. Somebody.
Miles Garrett's he's gonna be costly though. And then the
Yeah.
Browns are still like, no, we're not gonna trade him unless you give us 2 first rounders. They shut up, get out of here. Forrest, any shout outs this week?
Oh man, shout out to Tyler Noah and Eddie, man. Big Eagles fans.
Hey, Bird
You know what I
gang.
mean? Happy for them. We watched the Super Bowl. Sorry, no, I'm gonna have to tell this story. Me, Junior, and Noah watched the first Eagles Super Bowl together. We were out at the coast. I think we were in Lincoln City. Airbnb, and we barbecued, we were drinking, and then the Chiefs lost, and Noah went into the room and never came out.
After the Eagles lost, he's like,
Bro,
so
we're like,
dumb. Why are we
no.
out here?
oh man.
I wish I was home right now.
This is a coast trip for us, man. We're supposed to be out here having fun. That fool came out the next morning. Sorry, guys. I was like,
I know how last night went. Okay.
oh man. But yeah, man, shout out to them. I know they were super
Winners.
excited. Yeah, super excited the first time they went 2 years ago. So, a good moment for them. None of our teams win, but it's good to see people we love cheer their teams on to a Super Bowl victory. So shout out to them, man. Dope.
Shout out to the boys. Nice. Lou, you got any shout outs or anything you want to plug before we go?
Shout out Ballinesian and the Polytickin Network. That was thanks for having me on the short notice. It was really, really fun, good times, a lot of good laughs. Just enjoyed it, man. You missed the Force. That belt was it was the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, halftime, fourth quarter.
That's all right, because I'm a Redhead, so I want the Eagles to win, damn it.
It was awesome.
I need 2 losses tonight.
It was it was good to see, the Chiefs not stick around and pull one out at the last second for
Sure.
for
One last shout out, actually. It's 2-part, man. Shout out to all the Mavs fans out there. Sorry, Luti. Man. You know what? It's for you.
Are you a Mavs fan?
No, Luci's not a Mavs fan. I'm just making fun. But shout out to them. You guys don't think, because people were asking me about it all week. You don't think AD was a right trade, but I'm telling you, get ready for a championship run if you're a Mavs fan.
What year is that happening?
I think they're gonna make a championship run this year. I do. I really do.
I think AD's not healthy yet, though.
But it's not serious. It's not serious. So
it's a month. He's taking a month off now.
They still got. That's even better for them. Now you can get healthy for the playoffs and make that playoff run. So, Lakers fans, I'm sorry for you guys that the trade didn't go through, because that trade would have really put you guys over the edge. I think you guys would have won the West with Mark Williams. Hey, that's what you guys need, a defensive center. So you guys
Jackson
don't.
Hayes, let him grow. No. Mark Williams did. I mean, he was supposed to be the big defensive center that can catch lobs from Luka, but hella injured. Probably more than AD. So
the only thing Jackson Hayes has going with growth is his hair. So I'm sorry.
That fool got tased by the police at his house.
That's what you get for being a shitty center.
Oh, that's not
all good. No. Warriors got Jimmy Butler. We're gonna see how far that goes.
They do.
The house crew staff, the chef, the butler.
Right. The butler.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I mean, wait, no. I thought that the Warriors this season, it was just like Steph and a bunch of young guys. It wasn't really clicking. There was that one time the guy was like, "You guys are 1-20 when taking a deficit into the fourth quarter. What do you think is that?" And Steph was like, "What the hell? What are you talking about? That many games, so it wasn't a great season." Trading for Jimmy Butler, does that make the Warriors like a playoff contender this year?
Not a playoff contender, but a play-in contender, just for fun. Like just a play-in. I don't know how far they'll go. We'll see if Draymond and Butler don't fight first.
Right. He said, "Hey, look, I'm going over there, and my only job is to rebound and pass the ball to Steph."
He said that, but yeah.
Liar.
Like, I'm just gonna rebound, shoot at Steph, get it out the way.
Bro, you've caused problems at every stop you've had.
But when he's happy, he's good,
definitely.
Right? Not the great defender anymore. Like getting
no, you're getting a little
but can
older.
Still, what does Lou? What do you think Jimmy Butler gives the Warriors that they needed.
He gives more consistent scoring than Wiggins, and he's
Okay, scorer.
better in the mid range and better at getting fouls, so he can get the bonus. Get them in the foul, get the other team in foul trouble because 3-point shooting teams don't get many free throw attempts. So but they don't have a big still, so it don't matter. So when it comes playoff times, it's gonna be like you're gonna see them get the belt on the
the belt is back. Wait, what's up with Kuminga? Is he still injured?
No, they don't play him. They don't play him the way he's supposed to.
Wait,
bro, he's great. He's amazing, and then they just have him like sit at like the oddest times of the game
because he just not. I don't know, man. Like they should have traded him because they're not as the timeline did not work. They tried the front office. He doesn't get enough minutes to work on his game. Same with all the other young guys. So it was
trade him to the Bulls, please. Put him on the Bulls.
And
Bulls. I watched Luka's first game yesterday. Definitely shaking off some rust. I think he went like 1 for 7 from 3 when I was watching. He was jacking them up. I liked it. And the crowd was like, oh.
They're thinking he's Steph in the Team USA. He's a shooter like that.
He made his first 3 and everyone went crazy, and then he missed like the next 10 or something.
It's not rust, bro. That's beer. You're shaking it.
It's hops.
It's not rust. It's hops and barley.
There was I think the first time he came out of the game, it might have been between the first and second quarter, but he was asking the medical staff to like look at the left calf that he had just returned from injury from. Like he was like, yeah, and they had like a massage gun, something to keep an eye on. But him and LeBron kind of staggered the second quarter. Like LeBron started, and then when he went out, Luka came in. That's a pretty good substitute. But they beat I think we were playing the Jazz. That's our sports for this week. Shout out to Donald Trump for ending racism. They took the end racism off of the end zone once they found out Trump was going. So shout out to him for fixing that. Hopefully we can not audit our island, or I want to see if they even remember American Samoa was part of the freaking umbrella.
Don't lock up our family members, please.
Yeah, we need those guys for the reunion. Thank you to everybody for listening. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Ballinesian Podcast, Islanders talking about sports. We are sponsored by Livasa Island Apparel, and we are here every week on the Polytickin network. A couple of show notes. This week we will not have a new Polytickin episode. We usually record on Friday, but that is Valentine's Day. But also I'm going to be out of town this week. We're heading down to Vegas for my mom's birthday. Gonna be able to hang out with the family, my sisters, my brother, the kids. Oh man, it's gonna be great. Very much looking forward to that. It's exciting. We've been packing up, doing errands all day, and then we're gonna leave super early in the morning. So yeah, I'll probably be listening to this and grading it on the drive down. We're making clips and stuff. But yeah, thank you everybody for listening. This is the last football episode. This is the last of that season. We're already
we still got the draft. We still got the draft.
Yo, we got free agency, we got the draft, we got mini camps. So the NFL does a really good job of their off season still being on season, still being news and everything. But we're also going to be talking basketball. I'm sure we're going to get into a little bit of baseball when spring training and everything comes back around.
College football spring training is starting soon.
Clayton Kershaw re-signed with the Dodgers today.
Boring.
I was like,
boring.
My sister sent me the post of Clayton Kershaw. It was like, breaking news: Kershaw at Dodger Stadium talking extension, and she was like, if he passes a physical, and then like 30 minutes later, it was like, breaking news: Clayton Kershaw returns to the Dodgers, and I was like, just barely passed that physical, bro. But yeah, there's got to be a lot of other sports, but thank you guys for tapping in. Shout out to Coach Forrest for always being on. Lou, always welcome. Always great when you're here.
Yes,
Love
sir.
to get a good, sane 49er presence. But yeah, appreciate you guys for being on talking sports. Shout out to OhHelloMarcus for tapping in of the Polytickin Podcast. Support the Patreon. That is going to be a new episode, though, this week. If you're missing out on the Polytickin episode, definitely the Polytickin Patreon will be fresh on Saturday. So definitely check that out, patreon.com/the Polytickin Podcast. And also, before we go, shout out again to our sponsor, Levasa Island Apparel, Brother Uriah. Also a big-time Niners fan out there in Modesto. Shout out to him, Levasa at @le_Vasa on Instagram, where you can see all the new posts. And definitely check out the story for the new things that they're doing every week. All right. That's it. Thank you guys for tapping in. Thank you guys for being here. I'm Lance for Forrest and Lou. This has been the Ballinesian Podcast on the Polytickin Network. See you guys next week. Stay hydrated, stay blessed, stay ballin', love and light. Peace.
Go Irish.